Hi everyone, welcome to Slavenfigures. This is a brand new YouTube channel that I just started. I'm very passionate about finance and investments, and I recently ran into this platform called M1 Finance, which I really like, and it gave me the idea of starting a YouTube channel because I spent a lot of time watching a lot of YouTubers talking about different investment strategies and there seems to be different camps out there in terms of how to approach finance or investments. You have people who are big dividend chasers and talk about dividends all the time and the dividend incomes that they're getting. Then you have another group of people who are talking about fast money, really growth companies making money really quick and investing in high flying stocks. And then there's a third group of people, which I'm actually a part of originally, but I also tend to dabble in other areas, which is the Bogleheads. And you don't see that on YouTube. There's actually a forum out there, bogleheads.com, which was basically started to honor Jack Bogle, who was the founder of Vanguard. I saw M1 Finance and I thought, wow, what a great opportunity this platform gives to actually experiment and see whether or not one strategy is superior to another one. But in the end, there is no real downside because we all know that investing for the future is always a win-win situation. So I opened up an account with M1 Finance, and then I realized you could open up multiple accounts on one sign-on and be able to actually test out the strategy. So the goal of this channel is actually to set up an account on 3 different strategies, contribute equal amounts of money to the strategies, and see how they perform. I don't see it as any downside because in any case, I'm going to come out ahead. Just the only thing we'll be measuring is how far ahead one strategy comes out of versus another one. So the page right now is looking at the dividend income strategy, and I've actually picked stocks that pay dividends and nothing else. But I've also broken them down into these slices, which I really love about M1 Finance. You can create different slices. So I have financials, 8 stocks in there, bonds, 3 stocks in there, um, healthcare, 6 different companies in there, utilities, 5 different companies, consumer discretionary, I only have 4 right now. I plan to add a few more later. Technology, it's got 5 different companies in it. Energy's got 7. Industrial has got 5. Consumer staples, 4. And REITs, I've got 4 REITs in here. Alternatives, I have 5, and I'll talk about those at a later time. And then communications with 4 different companies that I bought. What I really like about M1 Finance is you can set the percentage you want your money to go into into these investments, and it'll take care of the rebalancing. So that's really good. And that's what made me want to use this platform for this experiment. Now I'm going to be adding maybe a few more companies here and there, but I really picked these stocks very carefully after doing my own research, which I always suggest everyone should do. And then and this is really only dividend paying stocks. There's no stock in here that doesn't pay a dividend. They all have to pay a dividend. And we'll go through each one of these in a future video. Now, shifting over to the next portfolio, which is the growth portfolio. And takes a minute here for M1 Finance to upload, but the growth portfolio only has 11 total stocks, right? And that's because I'm really trying to find all the real growth companies. And I don't want companies that pay dividends. I'll include them, but for the most part, I really want this to be a high growth portfolio. That's why starting at the very top, one of my favorite companies, Tesla, Beyond Meat, a new company that just came out, an IPO, Amazon, Facebook, Google, Alibaba, Microsoft, which does pay a dividend, but it's still a fast growing company, Uber, Invitae, AMD, and then rounding off the 11 stocks is Netflix. I will be adding more to these, but I'm also going to be doing it as I add more funds to this account. So these are the growth companies. And you'll see them bounce up and down a little bit more. They have more volatility, but we'll see if they come out ahead. And then shifting over to what I call the Boglehead portfolio, which is not exactly a Boglehead portfolio, and I'm not speaking for everyone who is in a Boglehead community, but there is this popular 3-fund portfolio, which is supposed to be the lazy portfolio. You're supposed to have total stock market index fund, a total international index fund, and a total bond index fund. The total bond index fund tends to be US focused, while the total international index fund will also give you some international exposure. But I went ahead and actually just made it a 2-fund portfolio because Vanguard does offer a total world index fund now, which covers pretty much all the securities out there in the world. So this is the broadest exposure you can have to the market. This is taking a scenario where you're basically saying, I know nothing more than the market knows more than I do, and therefore I'm taking whatever it gives me as returns. And I also like having it as a 2-fund portfolio, splitting it 50-50. And I'll explain why I did a 50-50 split in a future video. But one of the main reasons is really just to keep rebalancing simple. When equities are up significantly, I expect the total world index fund to be a larger part of the pie, at which point, if it's a right timing, I'll go ahead and hit the rebalance button here, which will allow me to rebalance back to 50-50 and vice versa. If the total bonds are higher than the perform better, or if you have a downturn and they perform better, then you can always rebalance and capture any growth that comes back when we have a repeat of growth in equities. So that's really it for now for this video. I just wanted to introduce the portfolio and the concept. I'm really excited to see how things go out. I'm going to be contributing significantly to this platform. I do have most of my actual retirement money and everything else with Vanguard and a little bit with Fidelity. So this is more of an experimental platform, but I don't see any harm in actually putting more of my funding here because there is no downside to investing. Investing is always a good thing. So in the end, it's just how much I win by based on the strategy. If you enjoyed the video, don't be shy. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And you can also hit the like button so other viewers who find this kind of topic interesting can find the video. But as always, do your own research and pick securities that you really believe in or companies that you really believe in when you choose to invest. So that's it for today. Thanks a lot and bye.